your everyday in your everyday lives, your everyday working lives, or even in your personal lives. Very often when we run these sessions for professionals, they find that it works very well for family members who are in particularly have low vision conditions, and we end up working with them in their personal lives as well. You'll find the chat bottom at the bottom of your screen, and if you welcome everybody.
Thank you, Glenn. Hopefully you can hear me all right.
We can.
Good. Okay, thank you. Good. We are recording as well. Good. Okay, let's get stuck into our first scenario. So this is scenario 1 of 4, and this is Marnie. So Marnie's 45. He's a civil servant, and some of Marnie's difficulties, some of his interests as well. So Marnie, due to a brain tumour causing damage to the cerebellum, Marnie now struggles with abnormal eye movements, also known as nystagmus. Marnie also encounters issues in the workplace due to blurred vision. His 3D vision is also affected, making this difficult to see the edges of steps and stairs, and he struggles with depth perception. And as part of Marnie's role, he works on a variety of spreadsheets, documents, and PDFs. Okay, so we're going to now be looking at 5 different solutions that will be able to support Marnie in his role, but also at home, out and about as well. Okay, now this is a simulation of what somebody with nystagmus may or may not see, but you can clearly see there the rapid eye movements. But obviously this is just a simulation; it will be different for everybody. And again, another example of blurred vision. So you can imagine in a cluttered office space, Marnie's role obviously requires him to work in an office. This could be a problem. Okay, so we are going to look at some solutions which will help with that. Good. Okay, so first things first, we've got the Smart Vision 2 Premium mobile phone. This is made by a company called Capsys over in France, and this phone was specifically designed for anyone with a visual impairment. Okay, so it's an Android device. It runs Android 6. Okay, and just because it was developed for somebody with a visual impairment, it doesn't lock any of its features. So it's a fully functioning Android smartphone. Okay, so you can access the Google Play Store, you can download any apps that you might need, social media, news, whatever it might be, onto the phone. But as well as all of that, it obviously has specific accessibility features. So it has a built-in screen reader. So everything is read out loud for the user. So all the menus, all the settings, your text messages will be read out loud, emails, everything is audio based. As well as that, it has a tactile keypad. Okay, so for anybody with no vision at all, a touchscreen would be quite difficult to use. So it has a tactile keypad as well as having a touchscreen at the top there. Somebody with low vision who would prefer to use that. Also, it has the option to dictate. You can actually speak into the phone. As it's an Android device, you can use Google Assistant. So you can speak to the phone and ask it to make a call, send a text message, dictate an email, open Facebook, whatever it might be. So you've got 3 different interfaces there. You've got the touchscreen, you've got the tactile keypad, and also you've got voice commands as well, so you can speak to the phone. So lots packed into this device. That's the Smart Vision 2. Okay, next we have got the Zoom Text software. This is made by a company called Freedom Scientific. Okay, this is for Windows platform, and this is, as the name suggests, this is a piece of magnification software. Okay, so this would allow the user to magnify their entire screen or magnify certain areas of their screen. It also has a number of built-in customizable enhancements. So the user can change the filter, the colors of their screen, for instance. So depending on their eye condition, they can adjust the color contrast, the various filters. You can also magnify the mouse pointer, change the color of the mouse pointer. There are a number of different integrated enhancements, but as well as that, there is an audio element to Zoom Text as well. So the user can ask Zoom Text to read an email for them or to read a web page. They can use mouse echo. So wherever they hover their mouse, okay, it would give them audio feedback of the icon or the paragraph of text, whatever it might be. Okay, so there is an audio speech element to Zoom Text as well as the magnification. Okay, so it's again, there's a lot packed into this piece of software. That's Zoom Text. Next up, we've got an app. Now this is a free app. Okay, there are some in-app purchases, but the bare bones of the app are free. And this is available on Android and Apple devices. And this would allow Marnie, okay, to convert any PDF files, any Microsoft Word files, and many other file formats. He can import them into the Natural Reader app, and then it would convert them into audio. And as it says there, 50 different voices in lots of different languages. It will also give you a description of any images. So Marnie can import images from his phone's library, and it will give him a description of that as well. And also it can be optimized to work alongside VoiceOver or TalkBack, which are built-in screen readers for Apple and Android devices as well. So yeah, brilliant free app for Android and iOS devices. Now, next up, we've got the Envision glasses. I'm actually going to demonstrate these in just a second. Okay, but this is a brilliant wearable device that would allow Marnie to read text at work at home, but it also has built-in video calling. So if Marnie needed sighted assistance, if he was out and about or at home or wherever he might be, he can call a friend, a relative, a colleague, and they can see what he's looking at through a camera on the glasses. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you in a second. And then lastly, we've got some portable video magnifiers, which Tony is going to demonstrate for us. These come in all different shapes and sizes. Some of them magnify and will read text for you. And Tony's going to give us a demo of those in just a second. But firstly, I'm going to just give you a quick run through of the Envision glasses. So I'm going to stop my screen share. I'm going to spotlight my big head and turn on my glasses. So, as I mentioned, okay, this device here is called Envision, the Envision glasses. Now, this technology, or the software, sorry, started life as an app. Okay, it started life as a smartphone app. Okay, and what Envision have now done, they've transferred their software onto Google Glass version 2. So the hardware is made by Google and the software is made by Envision. So at the moment, I've got these frames attached, but I'm just going to detach these frames because the frames that actually come with the Google Glass is this mini titanium band. So if you were to buy a pair of Envision glasses, this is what they would look like. The other pair of frames that I showed you, these would be an additional purchase, but this would be for anybody that wears prescription lenses, for instance. So you can ask your optician to fit your own lenses, okay, or to fit polarized lenses if you have light sensitivity, sort of thing. So I'm just going to turn on, I've got a Bluetooth speaker which is connected to the glasses, just so that you can get a bit more audio, hopefully, through the Envision glasses. So let me just, there we go. So I'm going to pop them on. Okay, so here we are. This is what Envision looks like. Quite Star Trek. The titanium band across the front there, and all the technologies on the right hand side. So at the front here, we've got the camera. We've got a digital lens here, which displays all of the menus, the settings. Any text that I capture will be displayed in this digital lens. This can be disabled for anybody that has no vision, or if you find it disorientating or off-putting, you can disable that digital lens, but it will display all the text and all the settings and any icons as well. So I'm going to turn the Envision glasses on, and hopefully you can pick up the voice already. Now I'm going to navigate to the read application. I'm going to read a handwritten birthday card because Envision will read handwriting. Okay, so here we go. Double tap.
Instant text. Scan text.
Scan text. Now double tap to go in. There we go. There we go. Now hopefully you can hear a series of beeps there. So that is giving me some indication of how much.
A faster frequency of beeps means that more words are detected. Double tap to scan the text.
So that's text to texture. So for somebody with no vision, they're going to need some guidance as to where to hold the text. A faster frequency of beeps means there's more text in front of the camera. Lower frequency, I know that I need to do a bit more moving. So there we go. There we go. And I'll double tap when I'm ready. There we go. Okay, so it just takes a few seconds to process.
Reader, Hazy Brenda, 7, lovely tags. Hope your day is as lovely as you are. Have the best day, lots and lots of love. Live Stu Betsy Plus. Reggie, video magnify. Video magnify.
I'm just going to stop that there. So it actually read the birthday card for me, but it also picks up some text in the background as well. Video magnify, I think it said. So it is very, very sensitive. It will pick up any text that's in the vicinity. But as you can see there, it read this birthday card very well. It will also obviously read printed text So I've got a document here, okay, which I'll just give you another example.
Swipe down again to scan text.
Okay, double tap. There we go. Lots of text here. There we go. Just give that a second to process.
Reader, XYZ Maps North England postcode. A commitment to continual product refinement and innovation means that our solutions are the best available. What's more, they're simple to set up and easy to use. About US.
There we go. We'll stop it there. So you can see there the accuracy of the text to speech, the quality, and hopefully the diction is very good. I know that we're doing this remotely, so it may not be brilliant, but I can assure you the diction and the quality of the voice there is excellent. Now, if I had time, I would demonstrate the video calling feature for you, but we do need to move on. But this is a brilliant feature which really does set Envision apart from any of its other, rivals or other wearable devices. This would allow somebody, okay, to make a video call through the glasses, okay, and the person that I'm calling is a friend, a relative, a colleague on their smartphone, okay, on an application on their smartphone. They'll be able to see the video footage of exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, so if Marnie's out and about and he needs some sighted support, maybe he needs some directions, he's lost, or he's in the supermarket, he needs some assistance, identifying a specific brand of product, he can use Envision. Okay, so there's lots of uses to the video calling feature, but it's a brilliant feature, and it's called the Envision Ally feature. So that's Envision. There's lots more packed in there. There's scene description, there's facial recognition, there's object detection, lots more packed in there, but obviously we don't have time to demonstrate all of that today. But what we'll do now is I'll move over to Tony, who's going to give us a demonstration of the portable video magnifiers. Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Sam.
Okay.
So portable video magnifiers, unlike optical ones, these are going to give the user a lot more versatility, in as much that you can adjust the magnification levels continuously. Bear with me a second. There we go. So this is a Ruby XL. It's got a 5-inch screen, and as you can see, far more text than an optical magnifier will give you. But by using these controls here, I can continuously adjust the magnification. Now I'm using a negative image there. I can change that to a positive, high contrast, a full color. So if I'm looking at pictures, they will be revealed in their color. And there's a couple of others that I've got, but there are others built in. I've just disabled them. Yellow and black, which is supposedly good for macular degeneration, blue and yellow. So quite versatile for just reading something like a magazine, as we are here. But it's got a 45-degree reading angle there, which makes it nice and comfortable if you're sitting at a table. If I fold them away, it's going to turn itself off. But there's a handle on the reverse, so I can bring that out. And now I've got a handheld magnifier that I can take around the supermarket to check prices, sell-by dates, ingredients, all that sort of thing. So that's the XL, which, as I said, is a 5-inch screen. We move up from there to this one, which is considerably larger. It's a 7-inch screen. Doesn't have a handle, but you can hold it in, you can't see that, in that fashion, and it will give you distance viewing from the camera on the top. Right, but exactly the same principle. Magnification, color changer. This camera will swing round, so you can adjust it. Now, if I put it into full color, we can now adjust it and get a certain amount of distance viewing. Now, the lighting here is not brilliant, but there you go. It's a picture of my wall, which is a few feet away. That will go 180 degrees. So if you want to put your makeup on, ladies, gentlemen, you can do that. There's my camera. So that's the 7-inch. There is a little baby one, 4.3-inch, exactly the same. Again, this one has a handle, exactly the same controls. So you know how that works. But Sam mentioned others that we've got here. Now, let me move my camera back a bit and see if we can't get a better view of that. Okay, this is a 10-inch screen. Let's turn it on. And it's a touch screen. So I can use the usual pinch gestures to increase, decrease the magnification. as well as using the icons on the screen, I can adjust the color combinations as on the other. They're all pretty much the same in that respect. There's a big difference with this one. Let me see if I can find part of this. I'll show you a different way. But I can set it to read. Let's take that. We go from there. If I tap this here, it's taking a snapshot of the text that's on the screen. It's now processing that text.
In the past, boat enthusiasts, Stewart had fitted out a couple of boats for other people and boats of his own. In 2000.
Now, using these controls, we can adjust the magnification, we can adjust the speed of that voice, and we can pause and play it again. But if you've got a letter or a bigger document, that's just read that little bit of text that's on the screen. That's Alexa answering me. I don't know why. There's a camera here that lifts up. Now, I'll try and get this right. This camera extends up and is now looking down, but it also changed the view on the screen to give me a full page view. Now, if I put that document, or this could be a letter this time, into that screen, tap the same icon. There you go. Same principle. Takes a picture. But this time we've got a full A4 sheet in view. And once it's finished processing, the amount of text determines how long it takes to process.
This summer discover something that you didn't know existed. Juliet and Stewart, owners of
So the same controls to adjust the magnification, the color combinations, if I want to follow the text, the volume, the voice speed. I'm showing it as in this view, but I could change it. I could change that to an actual view, the exact view that you see in the book, rather than the repaginated view that I've got here. But that's the Compact 10, as I say, 10-inch screen, but with the addition of speech. There's a 6-inch available as well, so it makes it, certainly will be for me, a bit more manageable in this circumstances. But all of those digital video magnifiers, as I say, offer a lot more versatility than the optical magnifiers, and probably the mainstay of this industry. Back to you, Sam.
Thanks, Tony. Okay, we're going to reshare the presentation. There we go. So those are our 5 solutions that we've explored today. Very varied. We've got a wearable device, we've got some portable video magnifiers, computer software, a free app, and obviously a smartphone specifically designed for someone with a visual impairment. So quite a varied selection of solutions there for Marnie, working professional. Now we're going to look at Jonah, who is the other end of the scale. He's a young student, and Alan's going to talk us through the Jonah scenario. Thanks, Alan.
Thanks, Sam. Good evening, everybody. So for this scenario, we're going to be talking about Jonah. Now, Jonah is an 18-year-old student who's studying philosophy and ethics. Jonah was diagnosed with dyslexia during secondary school, and he's been experiencing a situation of depression and social anxiety because of COVID. Now, I think we can all relate. It's not been the best of 12 months. So what we're going to look at is assistive technology that we can support Jonah with his specific learning difficulty, but also with any kind of additional support with his mental health that some of the assistive technologies have on offer. Jonah is a keen musician, and he composes and edits music using computer software. So you can already tell he's quite familiar with technology, which will be useful when we go to do his training. Next slide, please, Sam. Perfect. Right, so what we're going to look at is some potential solutions for Jonah when he's studying. The first one we've got here is an app called Find My Flow. Now, Find My Flow is an online platform which gives students the ability to learn about finding their flow in regards to their studies. It builds an effective study habits using AT and study skills, and it's all tailored. When the students gets their needs assessment, it gets recommended with a different assistive technology. It's recommended to support them through their studies. and it develops a customized learning path. Very useful tool. I train a lot of students on it, and they always receive really positive feedback. Not everybody's went straight from high school to college to university. There are people who have taken a bit of a gap, and Find My Flow allows students to pick up information if it's about essay writing, if it's about presentations, if it's about studying, and it kind of gives them a walkthrough, talk through on how to do it step by step. And there's different formats from Word to videos. They also have tests as well, little quizzes that the student keep on top of, and make sure that they're kind of making progress through it all. Okay, next please, Sam. Right, so with Jonah, what we would do with a remote training session, it's very important that everything's configured and set up in the way that he would utilize the technology as best possible. We train users on a variety of different programs, from obviously VI, what we've already covered, and specific learning difficulties. We like to make sure that Jonah would be in a safe and inclusive environment to make sure that his needs are being met. And this is usually done with a very quick kind of icebreaker chat, finding out what his needs are, what his difficulties are, and then we try and tailor the training program as best possible with the equipment he's been given, the software that he's been given, to ensure that all his needs are being met. And this can be done at his home, well, prior to COVID. You know, it could be done at his university, it could be done face-to-face at his home or remote. Obviously with COVID, predominantly remote. Hopefully that'll be over soon and we'll be able to get back out doing face-to-face delivery again. Okay. Next we have Claro Read. Now with Jonah's dyslexia, Claro Read is a fantastic piece of kit, a fantastic piece of software. It's simple, it's flexible, easy to use. It has screen reading, word prediction, writing support and feedback. I will be doing a little bit of a demo on Claro, so I'll just be, to save time, I'll just be as brief as possible. One of the best functions of Claro Reads, especially for dyslexic students, is that it reads back the text from the screen, from the student screen, from their text, from their Word documents, and it allows them to actually hear it rather than having difficulties reading it. So it's a very useful tool. Okay, next. Glean, I will also be doing a demonstration on that as well. It's an online note-taking platform. It's designed to improve learning and productivity with students. It allows them to record the vocals, whether it be a lecture, whether it be, you know, a study session. It allows the student to record the vocals, the audio, and also have a space to put personalized notes and also include PowerPoint presentations if it's needed. Again, I will be taking you through this in a wee minute. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, Dragon, naturally speaking, one of my favorites. It is a talk-to-text program which allows Jonah to be able to use his voice to input his words. Really, it's came a long way in the sense of technology basis, where you literally use your voice to speak. As a West Coaster with quite a broad Scottish accent, I'm dyslexic myself, so I use Dragon a lot. And what can I say? It is absolutely fantastic. You can literally speak and it types for you. They say 3 times faster than you could normally type. It allows you to dictate, edit, and literally transcribe your words into texts. Okay. Right, so now we're going to be doing a little demonstration of Claro Read. So what I'll do is I will share my screen. Right, so this is the Claro toolbar, and this is a little bit of sample text for using Dragon. The first kind of function we've got here is a really useful scanner function. It allows the Jonah to scan from paper, so it is obviously with his DSA provided scanner printer. He would be able to scan from paper, scan from PDF and file, but also scan from the screen. This will allow Jonah to be able to take information and listen to it. So for example, oh, wrong button. For to scan from the screen, it gives you the little crosshairs here. You click and drag. Oh, sorry, that was from. Second to again. Click and drag. And it then and it will play it, press stop. So that can be used on a variety of platforms, whether it be the internet, PDFs, anything that's on Jonah's screen, he'll be able to listen to. If it's in, say, a straightforward Word document, he can use the playback function. You click on the document, press play.
Yeah, your audio is a bit low, Alan.
Was it not playing?
Yeah, your audio is playing, but it's very low.
Oh, right, okay, let's turn the volume up.
Shout louder.
Is that better?
Yeah, your audio is fine, Alan. It's actually it's the screen share audio that's low.
Oh, yeah, not your audio. The
Oh,
screen
right.
share, yeah.
So I don't know if you need to turn your computer audio up slightly.
Right, okay, bear with me. Let me take out the headset and see.
Good afternoon.
That's
better?
I am
perfect.
the Dragon
Right.
Speaker.
Much better.
Right, so there we go. We've got the playback function. It allows Jonah to hear the information in the text. That if he does have any difficulties with his dyslexia, he'll be able to hear it, which will be an obstacle removed for him. The next we've got spell check. Very useful tool. It's a very comprehensive spell check. Where you click on the spell check, it gives you the original word, the meaning, the synonyms, and also we've got the definitions here of the words. Jonah would be able to change the error to some of the suggestions. He can change the whole document. He can ignore it if, for example, it's some academic terminology that might not be recognised, but he knows is the correct spelling. He can ignore that, and for one instance, or he could ignore it for the entire document. Okay. Predictions, very similar to your mobile text. I'll just bring the window over here. If Jonah was struggling with a specific word, say for example, with my dyslexia, I struggle with occurrence for some reason. If I was to type in OCC, occurs.
I am new. Good ok.
Right, there we go. Occurrences.
Okay.
I'm just pressing the wrong button. There we go. There we go. Occurrence. So it's a very handy and useful tool for students with dyslexia. Jonah, if he's ever struggling with a specific word, he can use the predictions and it will allow him to have a better idea of the spelling of a word, or even if he just wants to find a new word. The next one we have is an audio MP3 converter. I'll just delete this just now. If Jonah was to finish a 2,000 word essay and he wants to proofread it himself, by listening to it from an audio perspective will allow him to hear if the flow of the sentences makes sense, if there's any words that have been used too much, and they found it's really, really good for increasing accuracy within students, but also giving them a bit of more self-confidence when they're proofreading their own work. Very simple. You select in the information.
Good afternoon.
Selecting
I am new to Dragon Speak.
Selecting the information and press save. Save as an audio file, and it converts the text into an audio file, which they can upload on their MP3, phone, or any kind of listening device. Depending on the package that the student has got or the customer has got, in the extras, we have all the different other Claro products that is available, which would tie them all together. Okay, and then we've got the settings, which would be look at to make sure and customized if the voice is right for the student, because you know there is students out there who might be on the spectrum where a specific voice might be found irritating. So it's really good to have that flexibility that the student can change the layout, change the voice, change the speed as well. Okay, right, I'll just close that. Right, so next we have got Glean.
Alan, I'm just thinking of time. Would it be best to show the Find My Flow video rather than do a Glean demo? Do you think?
Yeah, no problem, not a problem at all.
Yeah, do you think that's all right? I'm
Yeah.
just thinking of time wise. Okay. Good stuff. Thanks, Alan. So what we'll do is I'll just there we go, and I'll just reshare my screen with everyone, and we can have a look at Find My Flow. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So we've got a short video here to give you a taste of the Find My Flow software that Alan.
Welcome to Find My Flow, a place where students can build effective, efficient study habits and learn how to put their assistive technology into action. We start by choosing a focus, whether it's note-taking in lectures, reading and research, essay writing, revision or presentations. There's a tailored pathway of easy-to-follow tutorials, tips and tools that students can work along at their own pace. And you can add a strategy to your favourites, type and save notes, as well as view tutorials by software when you want to quickly jump to something specific. Find My Flow ensures students get the most out of their assistive technology. Here's 3 reasons why. Find My Flow provides on-demand support. It means students can learn at a time that works for them. It's also an opportunity to connect and engage more with those students who decide not to take up face-to-face.
Hey, Sam, it stopped. So we lost Sam.
By encouraging reflective practice, it can be integrated into a personal action plan. Find My Flow enhances one-to-one training and study support. Find My Flow pulls the strands of the DSA together by combining assistive technology, study strategies, and personal development. Designed to complement AT training, trainers can favourite particular strategies to create a personalised flow, allowing students to practice and review strategies independently. Much more than just a how-to or a walkthrough of software features, Find My Flow helps students integrate their DSA software into all aspects of their academic life.
So that's Find My Flow. Sam, are you still there, Sam? We're moving on.
Looks like we lost Sam. Let's pick up the next scenario. I think, Tony. Who's on mute?
You're on mute, Tony.
Yeah, sorry. Bear with me a second. I'll see if I can get right.
Get the presentation up and jump in, and we'll.
Here we go.
We'll
Let's
find
just,
Sam somewhere in the north one day.
Yeah, move forward to where he got to. Right, we're on
Sandeep.
Sandeep now. Okay. Jonah, we're just done. Sorry about this, peeps. I'll get there.
That's all right. I don't know what's happened to Sam.
Okay, Sandeep. Right, let's talk about Sandeep. Sandeep's a 20-year-old student studying criminology and law.
Need to go to presentation mode, mate.
Say again?
Presentation mode.
Hold on, is it not there then?
Hey, Sam, you just come back.
Sorry, everyone. Yeah, my internet's not holding up today, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks, Tony.
All right, I'll stop the screen share because apparently I'm not in presentation mode.
That's worked now. That's fine. Yeah, that was good then.
Oh.
Sorry about this. Yeah. My bandwidth is shocking. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so as I was saying, 20-year-old student studying criminology and law. Now, he has light perception only in both eyes, which is not particularly good for him. He's eligible for DSA support because he's a student in higher education at university. Now, Sandeep's using both digital and hard copy resources. Now, that's quite important. You've seen a lot of things that will deal with the digital. Let's look at hard copy resources. And he's expected to provide printed coursework. Now, Sandeep enjoys reading printed and electronic braille. So we know he's a brailleist as well. So if I can move on from there. This is a representation. That is all it is of how Sandeep might see the world. So potential solutions for him, bearing in mind it's printed and digital, and he needs to produce printed coursework. So Pearl camera and open book. You're doing a demo on that one, Sam?
Yep.
Okay, all right. But essentially, portable camera, digital camera that will capture the text and put it onto Sandeep's screen. But Sam will go through it a bit more detail. Braille Sense 6, we've got a video for you on this one, hopefully. It tells you there what it's about. It's a Braille note taker. Those of you know, there's nobody old enough to remember the older PDAs of yesteryear, but the video will explain exactly how it works. A Braille embosser. Now he needs printed work. Well, printed output's not much use to him. Okay, it may be for his lecturers and his examiners, but he needs it as well. So DSA will provide him with an embosser of some description. Braille embosser will take a Word document, for example, or the software will translate it into Braille, and then rather than print it, he embosses it through his index. JAWS screen reader. JAWS is a full screen reader. Sam's described Zoom Text Switch as a screen magnifier with a bit of speech. This is a full-blown screen reader. A colleague of ours will show you exactly how it works. He's quite a competent JAWS user. And finally, the Braille 40, slightly different to the Braille Sense 6 note taker, in as much that the Braille 40 is a Braille display, in this case 40 cells, hence the name. No, go back, 40 cells. But incorporated into it is a chip which gives you a full-blown Windows computer. So no screen, he doesn't need a screen. He relies on the strip of Braille dots at the bottom of that device, and he inputs using the 6, 7, 8 keys to complete his work, create his, whatever. Control the Braille around Windows. The screen reader that uses happens to be JAWS as well, so you'll understand it a little bit more when you see Stuart's video. Right, move on from there. I'll go with the JAWS video, Sam, if that's all right. I hope I've got my system. Tell me if the sound's all right. It's all working today, isn't it?
Or not working, as the case may be.
Yeah. You got sound on that?
This is this is the Braille Sense video.
Braille Sense video, Tony.
Let's jump back to the JAWS.
You're having a nightmare, man.
Classic blind-friendly applications
giving you the sound.
paired with the latest hardware.
Yeah, sound's on, but the wrong video.
All right, let it run.
The Braille Sense 6
mentioned the Braille
is the
Sense.
center of your accessible workstation. Whether you're a busy professional, a hardworking student, or entertaining yourself at home. With the power of Android 10 and its 4 USB ports, Braille Sense 6 gets even more power, versatility, and productivity when connected to compatible peripherals, including USB cameras for video chatting, OCR, or direct video recording. USB audio devices such as mixers and microphones for advanced audio production, mice, keyboards, and game controllers for additional interface options or remote controlling media playback, or USB monitors and tablets for sharing the visual screen with friends and colleagues. Want even more ways to connect and get things done? Use the built-in Google Assistant to command the Braille Sense 6 by voice, or download Amazon Alexa or other virtual assistant apps to control your compatible HomeKit devices, get news and weather, or entertain yourself with jokes and trivia. Braille Sense 6 is our slimmest, lightest, fastest, and most efficient Braille Sense yet. With a modern and upgradable Android operating system, it offers contemporary connectivity, apps and services, while maintaining the traditional HIMS Braille interface. Sporting an octa-core 2.0 GHz CPU, 6 GB of RAM, and 128 GB storage plus SD card slot, Braille Sense 6 offers intuitive accessibility while stacking up solidly against off-the-shelf phones and tablets. It supports 802.11ac, dual-band, multi-antenna Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth 5.1 and low energy, ensuring users can connect with all modern networks and wireless peripherals, including smartwatches and fitness and health monitors. Braille Sense 6 combined the world-class accessible interface HIMSS is known for with the latest and greatest in mainstream technology, offering blind users an intuitive Braille-centric environment paired with modern productivity and connectivity tools that ensure comfortable and successful incorporation into the contemporary office or classroom, as well as modern social networking and entertainment services. HIMSS Braille Sense 6, lifestyle innovations for your future. Introducing the
Okay, so that's the Braille Sense 6, extremely powerful tool and going to be very useful for Sandeep or anyone in that situation. If I pass back to you, Sam, you can show the Pearl camera.
Yep, I'll give you a very quick whiz through the Pearl camera, everyone. So
I'll stop me share. Hold on.
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen with you all. Share sound. Okay, so hopefully you can pick up my screen share, and I'm going to change over my other camera, spotlight that for you all. Good, because we've got two solutions combined in one here for Sandeep. So we've got the Pearl camera, which is this device here. Okay, it's a foldable, very lightweight, portable scanner. Okay, so this folds down in 3 easy movements, fits into a bag which Sandeep can transport between lessons to university, back home again. Okay, and it can very easily, it's got some tactile buttons on there which would help Sandeep to know how to unfold the camera. Once it's unfolded, okay, he can then take his document. So somebody with no vision, okay, can very easily locate where the best position to scan the text, because there's a flat base here. All Sandeep has to do is put the text horizontally or vertically against the flat base there, okay, and then he connects his camera via USB to his laptop or computer, and he opens up his open book software. So now what Sandeep can do is he can scan his printed text and he can transport it across to his computer very, very quickly. So I've got mine all connected up, so all I need to do now is press my space bar. It will take a snapshot of the text.
You know, we provide reading, writing, and literacy skills, equipment, and software. We have the widest.
Just going to pause that for a second. So there you go. You can see instantly it's shipped that across to the open book software, and it started reading it to me. Now, occasionally these OCR cameras do pick up the odd mistake. The odd word will be spelt incorrectly. So if Sandeep identifies a spelling mistake, or if it's some text that he then needs to edit for an essay or some sort of project he's working on, he can hit Control and E on his keyboard.
In edit mode.
And now we're in edit mode. So now Sandeep
space RUSDA
can delete any mistakes, any spelling mistakes. He can correct that. He can obviously add his own text if he needs to. Okay, and then when he's ready, if I hit Insert and down arrow,
organization.
Okay, it will read the document.
Did you know
back
we
to me.
Provide reading, writing, and literacy.
It also has built-in low vision settings as well. So for somebody that has low vision,
low size, low vision settings dialog.
There we go.
Larger.
Increase the size of the text.
White on black.
Increase the. I can customize the colors.
Yellow on blue.
The spotlight of the reading spotlight, the fonts, etc. All of these things are customizable.
Did you know we provide reading, writing, and literacy skills?
There we go. Hit Control to pause it. And there's a whole range of different keystrokes as well that Sandeep would use to operate the software, obviously having no vision at all. Okay, so it's a very, very it's stood the test of time. It's been around for many years as Open Book and the Pearl camera, but it's a very, very versatile and sort of accessible solution for scanning printed text and getting it across into digital form very quickly. Yeah, so there we go. So that's the Open Book with the Pearl camera. So I was going to stop my screen share and hand back to Tony.
Okay, let's see if I can find that. Go for it. Jules' video. It is in there, isn't it, Sam?
Actually, Tony, I think for the purposes of time, we probably should push on.
Yeah, we could probably push on and leave the Jaws one behind.
Fine by me. Okay, so They're the potential solutions for Sandeep. Pearl camera for the printed text it needs to convert to digital text. The Braille Sense is note taker. The index to give him hard copy in a format that he can read. Dual screen reader, sorry about that, but it's a screen reader. It'll read everything to him. And the L Braille, which in effect is a portable Windows computer. So that's Sandeep. And if I pass over to Alan, he'll run through Melissa for you.
Okay, people, I'll be as quick as I can because I know we're running out of time. So we've got Melissa here. She's a 21-year-old student studying computing and maths. She was diagnosed with autism when she was 5 years old, and she often experiences sensory overload. We do have a video for anybody who doesn't know what sensory overload is, and it gives a very good description of what someone experiences when they go through this situation. Melissa enjoys reading mindfulness and self-help books in both printed and digital format, but she can experience mental and physical fatigue because of the concentration levels that's needed. Melissa has difficult remote communication, visual cues and body language can be misinterpreted. It's late in the day. And we've got a nice good app that will help her with this. Okay. She can't easily express her thoughts and learnings. So what we're going to do is look at potential solution. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to look at the sensory overload video.
Yeah, just do probably half a minute of that one, I would say, Alan.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
Who's got control?
Play.
It's the Tony. Yeah, just the audio. The audio was not coming through.
I would just skip it, maybe.
There we go.
You can just skip it a wee minute, Tony. That's perfect there, Tony.
Okay.
Right, so if at any point you had to turn down the volume or had to take away your earphones if you're wearing them, that gives you a kind of a representation of what someone might experience when they're having a sensory overload. If you had to turn it down, that was a good demonstration. Someone who's on the spectrum might not necessarily be able to turn it down. We do have a potential solution for that as we go on in a minute. Right, so what we'll look at is the assistive technology first. Sonocent is from the same company that makes Glean. It is on the laptop, it isn't a web-based program, it's an actual application that would be on the computer. It allows the student to audio record, input PowerPoint presentations in their own personalized notes. It increases their accuracy and the amount of information that are going to be retaining for a lecture or any kind of interaction if there's any audio needed to be recorded. Okay. Read and write text help software. It allows the student to confidently read, express their thoughts. It allows the software plays back the information that's on the screen. There is a lot of useful tools. For example, you can do screenshots, copying and pasting, highlighting. There is a lot of text prediction, picture dictionaries. There's a good, 15 different functions within read and write, and we tailor that to the student. And in this case, Melissa, we would make sure that she had all the functions that would be useful to her. Okay. MindManager is a mind mapping piece of software which would allow Melissa to organize her day more, structure her day, structure her study plans using the mind mapping software. It simplifies the way information is processed. It turns scattered ideas and data into clear visual maps, which would be very useful for Melissa in this situation. It brings structure to concepts. So if she's got any ideas, whether it be essays, whether it be her study plan, this will allow her to prioritize, to structure, and to organize in a way that she is comfortable with, and it goes in her flow as well. Okay. Predictable, as I was saying earlier, we've got a predictable app. It allows the student to use an app if she's finding it hard to communicate. And if someone's on the spectrum who might not be able to verbalize their thoughts and feelings, or they might not be able to get across what they're wanting to say, Predictable is a text-based communication app which allows them to use the application to speak for them. It gives people a voice who are not able to use their voice. It uses word and sentence predictions, and it's available on OIS and Android, and it allows Melissa to be able to communicate with ease and reduce typing effort. Okay. For the situations of sensory overload, Melissa would be able to look at the Nahira IQ buds, excuse me, Max, which are specifically designed to combat auditory sensory overload. It reduces environmental noise. So if she is in a class and she is able to sit there comfortably, she can focus in what the speaker is saying rather than someone's pen clicking next to them or chatting away. Although to me and you, that might not be any issue, but someone who's having a sensory overload situation, that can be as if someone is screaming in their ear. So these earbuds allow to reduce the background noise. It also has a built-in Siri and Google Assistant, and it is compatible with OIS and Android. How are we for time, Sam? Are we?
Yeah, well, we've got another 15 minutes, so but I think we'd want to wrap up in at least by 22.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Right. If you want to go on to, so we've got.
In a world flooded with information, what you need more than anything else is clarity. MindManager cuts through the distractions to help you find your flow. It transforms scattered ideas and disconnected data into dynamic visual maps, charts, and diagrams. It gets you and your team on the path to success, calmly, confidently, collaboratively. When you're free to see where things are and visualize where they could go, priorities crystallize and plans take shape. It becomes much easier to capture, share, and synthesize information. MindManager allows your team to work faster and smarter together to get a clearer perspective on the big picture. And with IT and admin capabilities, large-scale software deployment, and license administration, MindManager is a solution built for your business and your team, no matter where you all happen to be. Bring clarity and structure to plans, projects, and processes with MindManager. Faster, better, and more connected.
Okay, perfect with MindManager. So I've got a little pre-made mind map there we could put up as a wee quick demo if we've got time.
You want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, please, Tony.
Yeah, done it. There you go.
Right, so this is MindManager, and here's one I made earlier. I'll just close that down. Right, so I put together a little mind map just to give you an idea of how MindManager could be utilised. Again, it's really down to how you wish to use it. It's down to your own imagination how you can use the functions. Now, obviously, with this map, it is just a spider map, and you've got the main project, the main concept. It could be the essay question, it could be your weekly shopping, and then that's when the creative element comes out. You would break down your project, you would break it down into its component parts. So in this, the use of technology to improve mathematics education and study. So then you'd break it down to the limitation of the study, the significance of the study, propose, etc., etc., as you can see. Now, within each of these core component parts of the breakdown, you can attach PDFs, Word documents, you can convert it into a PowerPoint presentation. In this situation, what we've done is just added in some text. So the importance of, say, for example, using it to create your essay. In this situation, Melissa could be using her mind map to have the essay question itself, break down the essay, you know, your introduction, your research, your historical research, your conclusion, whatever it may be. And they can bring in the resources, they can bring in their PDFs, they can bring in their web pages, they can also attach documents, they can also attach other pages to another mind map as well, to create the document itself. And once it's created, it can then be exported to Microsoft Word in Word format. So in this situation, if we went to export, if we go to Microsoft Word, and we'll just do a quick export. Quick export. Save. So now everything that is in that mind map is now being exported to a Microsoft Word document. Now, if someone is being overwhelmed, in this case Melissa, if she's ever been overwhelmed with her studies, why is it not? If she's ever been overwhelmed with her studies, she's able to manage it in a there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry about this, folks. Oh, sorry, it's went to the wrong screen. Close Grammarly. Right, so it's been exported. So we have the title of the mind map here. We have the actual mind map itself. And then you've also got the index of the core component parts. And then every piece of text that has been put in to the mind map has been exported to the Word document. Now you can already see the benefits of that. Having a 2,000 word essay on a Word document can be overwhelming, but using mind map allows the student to break it down into its component parts, take it in a more manageable chunk. You can work on a box by box basis, a subject by subject basis, and then when it comes together and it's exported, you get the full document there, which is a little bit more straightforward. It flows in the student's creation. They've created the mind map, they know the flow, and it's worked well for them. Okay, there is so many more aspects of, you can create Gantt charts, you can create family tree mind maps, and then down at the side here, you've also got the map index. So this is where the kind of monitoring side is done. So you can have a priority basis, 1, 2, 3, 4 priority. You can have percentage of completion of task. There's just so many different aspects to mind map. You would need a good 5 days full training to go through the ins and outs of everything. Okay. Let me see. Right, so we've also got a little quick demo of, have we got enough time for Sonison?
I think we're a bit short on time here, so we'll probably move on from here, I think.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Sorry, Alan.
No, it's no worries, it's no worries.
Thanks, Tony.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's the all the potential solutions that we had for Melissa. Okay.
All right, thanks for that, Alan.
Yeah, thanks, Alan.
So just summing up, why does that? Just summing up, we've met money. who we've suggested Smart Vision 2 premium phone, Zoom Text magnifier reader, where you can see for yourself, Vision smart glasses. Jonah and his solutions. We've also met Sandeep and Melissa, and there are their solutions. Not one thing for everybody. It is all very much individual basis. So over to Glenn. He'll explain where you can get more information.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I think this session, we tried to cover a range of literacy and low vision and blindness type solutions. I suspect some of this is a bit too deep for you guys in your day-to-day jobs. So I apologize if we've gone a bit too deep in stuff, but we try to give you a nice range of the different assistive technologies that are out there supporting people in all walks of life. There's a huge amount more information that you can get. Some places you can go for quick and easy info though. We've got a smartphone app called WhatAT, WHATAT, Android and iOS. You can download that and you get information on all of these conditions and the technology that work with them, and videos and all the sort of support information, much like you've seen here tonight. You can go to our website, but the best place I would send you is probably to our YouTube channel, where you'll find a range of different 5-minute coffee cup videos to long webinars and to issues, even as well as technologies addressed and discussed in some more detail. You've got the team here tonight who are all trained advisors and can support you and your client base with technology. And you've got our tech support team. Anybody who's working with us and using our technology is supported for life through our tech support teams. And we've got trainers who are getting people up to speed with the depth and breadth of some of this technology to help them get on with their daily lives. So I would like to say thank you very much for being with us this evening. Those of you who have stayed with us, well done. And I think that you know where to find us. You can find us on the phone. You can find us by email, sales@sightandsound.co.uk. This is being recorded, so we'll send it across to the NPA for them to post in their resource centre as well for people to watch earlier. Happy to take any questions, but we're also very happy to pick up with you day to day if you find us through any of these channels. Thanks for being with us tonight, and we look forward to perhaps seeing you in the future sometime. Thank you, team, and have a good evening.
Thanks,
Good
all.
evening, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, and before everyone else disappears, yes, come and we can provide interest-free credit on all of the products that we have here that are hardware, and we don't deliver it on software, but all of the equipment can be arranged on interest-free credit. Thanks, Donna, and thank you very much, everybody, and have a good evening.